Hi, this is Trey Pastor. Welcome to my review of Rough Night. This movie stars Scarlett Johansson, Kate McKinnon, Jillian Bell, and Zoe Kravitz, and Ilana Glazer. It's about five friends from college who reunite 10 years later to go to a bachelorette party in Miami. Um, Scarlett Johansson's character, Jess, she's getting married, and she's reuniting with friends she hasn't seen in years to go down to Miami to have a bachelorette party, and it's being organized by her college best friend, Jillian Bell's character, Alice. And then you have Zoe Kravitz playing Blair, and then you have Alana Glazer playing Frankie, and you have Kate McKinnon in here playing Pippi, a an Australian who met Scarlett Johansson's character when she went to college, in Australia. Okay, and they became friends. Okay, so they head out basically to Miami for a weekend, I think, of a debauchery. Okay, and also in this movie is Ty Burrell and Demi Moore, Colton Hayes as well. And this movie is a comedy, and I say that loosely because a lot of the jokes in this movie are absolutely horrible. But anyway, if you've seen the trailer, you get the gist of what happened. This is not a spoiler. They go down to Miami, for this bachelorette weekend, and in the midst of having a stripper there, they accidentally, kill him, the male stripper, and basically the gist of the movie is them trying to basically hide, and get rid of the body, clean up, and otherwise try to, get out of Miami before the weekend is over, without getting arrested. Okay, and now this movie, like I said, it's a comedy, but this movie is really rough because, like I said, I did a review earlier of Girls Trip, and that wasn't like quite a bachelor party, but it was about, again, four friends getting together to go to this festival. This is about, five friends getting together to supposedly, have a wild weekend party, but of course the dead body kind of throws things off. But again, the humor in this movie is just really, really off in this movie, and a large part of the fail of this movie is I blame on Jillian Bell, who plays Alice. She's like the best friend of Scarlett Johansson's character, Jess, and they not as close as they used to be. So she's playing all this debauchery, and she's constantly basically berating Kate McKinnon's character because she's kind of jealous of her being close to Jess. And like I said, the gist of this movie, them basically doing everything possible to try to hide the body of the stripper that they accidentally killed, and just trying to avoid the neighbors, the horny neighbors played by Ty Burrell and Demi Moore, and trying to avoid the cops and everybody else, and trying to avoid the phone calls from Scarlett Johansson's fiance, who's really getting worried. And like I said, a lot of the comedy is just really hit or miss in this. And Zoe Kravitz plays Blair. Her and Elena Glazer's character Frankie, they were a couple in college and stuff, and now they split up, and now one of them, Frankie, that character is still protesting, and Zoe Kravitz's character Blair, she's like this real estate uh, agent and stuff, and she was going through a painful divorce, I think, and nasty custody battle. But again, a lot of the humor in this movie, it's just not funny. Again, Julian Bell, who I think is normally really funny, and she was hilarious in 22 Jump Street. I loved her in 22 Jump Street when she was making all those old jokes in 22 Jump Street. She was absolutely hilarious, and she was good in that movie, the remake, the fight movie with Charlie Day and Ice Cube. She was good in that. But in this movie, she's really, really straining to tell jokes that are really flying, just falling flat to me. And again, this movie goes off on a different tangent because besides spending time with the five friends who are trying to get rid of the body, you also spend time with the fiance's character of Peter, who's trying to is checking up on Jess, and then when he doesn't hear from her, he goes frantic, and his storyline is just his storyline gets really silly and ridiculous. I mean, just and their story, the five friends trying to get rid of the body, is really, it just gets monotonous, and other people get dragged into it, and it's just not funny. I'm sorry. I was looking for forward to this because I like Zoe Kravitz and Scarlett Johansson and Jillian Bell and of course Kate McKinnon, and to me she's the best part of the movie. Like I said, she's playing an Australian, and she does the accent, and she's just really funny. Kate McKinnon is just a funny person, And again, Zoe Kravitz's character, she's trying to, her and like I said, the other character of Frankie has history, but you don't really get into depth of why they ever really broke up. And they're kind of trying to dodge the horny neighbors who wants a threesome with with some of the girls in this. And it's just, I mean, just a lot of it is just not funny. I'm sorry, it's just not. Okay, and Colton Hayes is in it. He plays another character in there, and I think he has like a thankless role too. And it's just, I mean, sorry, this movie's just not funny. And it's not. And there are moments in this movie, and again, most of them are provided by Kate McKinnon, okay, who I think is absolutely hilarious, okay, and basically Scarlett Johansson is basically playing a straight woman in this movie, and you really don't get much from her character, which is really a shame. And again, Julian Bell's character of Alice is just really annoying and just not funny, okay, and I have to say this movie really disappointed me because I was really expecting more, I guess, from this, and it just really it pretends to be one thing. You think it's going to be this raucous comedy, but it turns into something else quite different. Okay, and again, I think splitting the focus too between her story and then the boyfriend story is just, I don't know, just really just doesn't come together at all, and just really not a good movie. I just really didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to do. I was just looking forward to it a lot, and it just really disappointed me a lot. So I'm going to give Rough Night, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. No, you know what? No, excuse me. I'm going to give it a 5.5. Okay, and that's mostly because of Kate McKinnon, who I absolutely love, and I wish she was in a better movie. Okay, and Demi Moore, it really is a shame that she has to do these types of parts in this movie, because Demi Moore is really a good actress, and I mean they play her and Ty Burrell's characters mostly for laughs and stuff, and they're okay. I just wish she was in she was in a better movie because Demi Moore is a really good actress, and this is a shame that she's reduced to basically having like a small part in this movie, which is really a shame. Anyway, again, 5.5 for me for Rough Night. It's really a rough movie, okay? And again, it could have been a lot better if they really went the true bachelor party route with this movie. I think it would have definitely been a lot better, and I think Kate McKinnon would have definitely knocked it out of the park. And again, she's the best part of the movie for me. Anyway, let me know what you think. Rough Night, have you seen it? What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. I'll leave a link to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram in the description box, as well as my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.